Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Don't look normally like this, dude. I've got the hat on. I got the swim shirt on. We're at the lake. I am at the Lake of the Ozarks. We're going to talk about XRP. Is it finally going to do it? Is it finally going to break out? We're going to talk about all that kind of stuff. But just to kind of give you guys some perspective, that's basically just awesome. I'm at the Lake of the Ozarks. A friend of mine's, really good friend of mine, his family has a place here. So we come up here every July 4th holiday. And today is our big day where we actually hire a captain to come in and drive our boat, and so everybody can drink and have a good time. And we go to like all the bars here on the lake, and we are responsible drinkers though. But it's a night, it's a day and night of good times. And then obviously July 4th we do the fireworks and all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's take a look at. So what are you doing today? Actually, here's the thing. What are you doing for July 4th holiday? Drop in the comments below. We'll love to hear from you. What do you guys have a tradition? What do you do on July 4th holiday? Let me hear from you. So is XRP finally going to break out? Is it finally going to do that? Do it. Break out. Is it going to make its way? Well, look, here's the chart. And I can show you another view of this, but I've showed you this before. We've been in this tight consolidating range for XRP between $2 and about $2.60. We've had a few breakouts since December, the first week of December. That's where we've been. Okay. And so it's frustrating. We've talked about that in videos. Is it finally going to break out? We've got some nice movement going on as far as XRP right now. On the 1 day, we're up 4.3%. On the 7 day, we're up 6.5%. The overall market looking really strong, back up over 3.4 trillion. Bitcoin dominance has fallen just a little bit below 65. Now we're at 64%, but we got Bitcoin at 1099, really less than a couple $1,000, actually just at almost exactly $2,000 away from its all-time high. Why do we talk about Bitcoin in an XRP video? Well, again, Bitcoin is 65% of the market. You're like, what do you mean, Austin? Market capitalization of $2.185 trillion is 65% or 64.4% of that number right there. So where it goes, everything else follows. I am not a big Bitcoin maxi. I own Bitcoin, I own XRP, I own Ethereum. I think you should own all of it. I think you should have a good diversified portfolio. We've talked about this in a ton of videos, but here we're talking about when is XRP going to finally break out? Look, I think, and by the way, this is the new, some really cool new feature we've added into X1 Algo, my trading indicator. If you're interested, I'm going to tell you about that in here in just a minute. Look at how it's actually giving you a lot of really cool data here. And I'm going to share this with you about how you could use it to make even more profit buying and selling XRP or any crypto, or by the way, any stock that you would want. You can do it. You can use the new oscillator function for that, and I'll share that with you. That was let me show you. That's Tesla, what we're supposed to be looking at there you go. That's what we're talking about. So we'll talk about that here in just a minute, but good stuff happening, and want to share with you kind of, again, XRP, is it finally going to break out? Well, look, we've got right here, we've got this bounce happening from really support from here to here. So in the last 10 days, we're up about 14.87%. You can see it right there. By the way, that is my trading indicator that gave you that perfect buy alert. Okay. Gave you that perfect buy alert. You could have bought it on that dip and picked up just about 15% on that. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. Links in the description below if you want to check that out. Got a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. And we launched a brand new private community behind it, trading community. We have live classes every couple of days to help you get even more successful on it. Support community. It's amazing. We've launched that. So you get that free as part of the membership with the X1, and links are down there. And it's literally about $1.15 a day is what it costs. And when there's a 30-day, bam, no questions asked, money back guarantee. Okay. So breakout. When are we going to do it? XRP price prediction. When are we going to go above? Look, I still think, guys, that we're going to be trading within this tight range for at least until July and into August. Now, historically, July is actually pretty decent, can be a decent month for Bitcoin. I think historically, going back, the average for the last 5 years for Bitcoin across July is about 18% up. And again, yeah, we're talking about Bitcoin in the context of XRP, because we need capital to flow back in. We need liquidity to come back into the market. It's going to come back into Bitcoin first, and to an extent, Ethereum, XRP, and then we're going to start to see it happening from there. We've got institutional money that we need to flow in. By the way, institutions are buying XRP. They're buying some. They're buying ETPs, exchange traded products, about $216 million. I did a video on this a couple days ago. $216 million in the last 4 or 5 months has flowed directly into XRP, institutional buying of ETPs. Sorry, not ETFs. Brain fart there. No, and I haven't even had a drink yet. This is a Diet Coke. Okay, so yeah. So by the way, what's your favorite drink of choice? Drop in the comments below. I'm a vodka guy, so that's what we drink when we're out on the boat all day or out partying, so to speak. Okay, so moving on. So that's what I think, guys. From an XRP price prediction standpoint, I don't really think we're going to see any major movement until we get out of July. I think we could see, like we've already seen in the last, 10 days or so, which would have been, today's July 3rd. So about the 24th or so of June, right? We kind of started right in there. So yeah, that's where we started, but we're up 15%, but we've got to break past these support, these resistant levels. So I always mix those up. We got to break past these resistance levels of $2.58. So we had major resistance levels at $2.20. We've broken past that. We've stayed above that. The next resistance level is $2.30. Keep this in mind from an XRP price prediction standpoint, right? $2.30. And then the next one beyond that is, you're seeing it right here, is that next range, which is that 250, 260 range. Okay. So that's something you need to kind of be aware of and keep in mind. All right. So I promised I'd kind of share with you, this is a brand new indicator that we've built into, and we've just added for free for existing X1 algo users. You get this functionality that I'm sharing with you right now, but this is brand new. It's cool. It is an X1 oscillator. You see right here, it's added into the X1 suite of products, and it gives you additional insight and knowing when things are about to turn. So like this one, you can see right here. Let me kind of highlight this for you right there. Okay. You see that right there. You see how we started to these are little kind of alert signs, alert sign, alert. See how the price is going down dramatically. It's moving down. And then you start to get these little firecrackers or these little dynamites, and see how the dynamites are giving you insight that what's really accelerating and looking like it's about to turn. And you can see that data came in, see how it's coming in right here. And then all of a sudden you got the momentum up right there. So that gives you even more visibility and more clarity into the fact that we are about to have a reversal. You can see that right there. So that's something that's really cool that we've added in. And this works for every crypto out there. This works for every stock out there. You can see like this is Tesla, and you can see kind of like right here, like, look, see how it's coming in. See how like this is back when Tesla, you hear that? That's a serious boat. I don't know if you guys can hear that. One of those big, huge boats with like 5, 6, 7 engines on it. Yeah. And that's literally probably, I don't know, long way away. And if you could hear that. So you can see how it's starting to do it here. You start to see how it's coming down. And then there's an X1 flash, which is an additional alert we gave you. X1 flash will fire at sometimes if the situation is perfect. See how that X1 flash, see how we had yield, we had the kind of the notice signs, we had the dynamite. Okay, we're aggressive. And then the X1 flash hit, and see how the SX1 flash right here, show you. This X1 flash actually fired before that momentum up. Okay, so it's an even earlier indicator that the momentum is changing and it's going the other way. Okay, so you can see even like right here, it did it in the opposite direction. See how right here we started to get all these yield signs and say, okay, it's actually starting to move back down the other way. So it's an early indication that the momentum is shifting, and you can see it coincides with this pattern here. So you see how it starts to shift down, and then but you see you start to get indicators that, okay, the momentum is running out. Maybe I need to exit my Tesla position as an example. Go ahead and sell because momentum's starting to turn. You see, so the oscillator is starting to say, okay, it's starting to turn, and you could even get earlier insight into, okay, I need to sell my position where I bought from here, and maybe an earlier indicator because it's taking in more data into effect. So we added this on top of the existing X1 to give you even more data, more insight, so you can get in and out faster. Okay, when you start to see the alert signs and then the little sticks of dynamite. Okay, so it's really, really cool. So we gave you that. It's added in. Links are in the description below, right down there. Give her a look. And if you're watching this on X, the links will be below this video as well. Appreciate you giving me a few minutes. Go make some money. Have a good July 4th. I'll be back with more videos later. See you.